Hey guys, it's Cruz and super excited. This video is about how to get in the zone. We're so close. It's time now to start taking action and start implementing this stuff. So what do you do before you actually start making dials or you start doing your pitches and setting your week up for success? How do you actually get into the zone so you're super effective and productive as a closer? Because remember that as much as your conversion is really high and you might be converting at a very high level, if you don't know how to get into the zone and channel that energy consistently week in, week out, and maximize your routine and the effectiveness and potentially the amount of pitches that you have and the amount of dials and the actual inputs that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, then every single year you're going to be losing money that you could be making. And this is why it's important. I'm going to teach you guys in this video how to get into the zone and some of the things that I've been practicing myself in sales to maximize this effectiveness. So if we have a look at the 4 things that I've got here for you as some little secrets that I'm doing to get into the zone each and every week. So one of the biggest killers right now is the social media world, right? Our phones, notification, buzzers, all these different things that are going off. It's a very noisy world. What we want to do first and foremost is turn off all distractions when you're closing for the day, when you're getting in the zone, when you're potentially doing booking calls and dialing. We want to focus in and get ourselves in a place of flow. When you're stopping and starting, you never get yourself into a place of flow. We want to get into flow where you literally look up and you've started the day potentially like 8 a.m. and you look up and it's 5 p.m. and you've potentially forgotten to eat because you've been in so much flow, you've been in the zone. That's where the most fun is as a business owner, as a closer, as a salesperson, because you're literally getting massive results for the day and the day goes so fast and you've gotten so much work done because you're in flow. So the way that we do this, guys, is we turn off all distractions. We have your phone on do not disturb or airplane mode. And we literally turn social media off. I know there's some social media feed blockers and different time-based applications that we can be using and plugging in. If you've got any, recommend them to the group. But we want to be canceling out all the noise so it's just you and one focus. This brings us across to point number 2, which is having your eye on the prize. You want to have one massive target and goal, which is for you to be a 6-figure closer, right? Which we're going to be breaking down into quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily targets that we're going to have. So every single day, you need to have a target that's going to lead you to the bigger picture of what you're looking to create. So for instance, if you're looking to make $200,000 in a year, you know that if you're selling something that is $4,000, that essentially you've got to be doing on average 1 sale every single week. And you might work out that your numbers are that you have to do potentially like 30 calls to prospect different people so that you can have 6 sales conversations every single week. And you know that your conversion maybe is 16% and you convert one of those 6, which isn't that good, right? But you know what your conversion is. So your target every single day, you know that you have to do those 30 dials. You know that you have to do those 6 pitches every single week. So every single morning you read out your target, you know what your target is that aligns to your weekly target, that aligns to your monthly targets, that aligns to your annual and quarterly targets, right? This is what sales is all about, and making really good money is actually having a target, something to aim for. And this is why traditionally in sales, there's a lot of scoreboards. It's very gamified, and there's always, in a sales environment, a lot of targets where people are driving towards targets, and there's a lot of competition with other sales reps, because when we gamify it, we make it fun, we bring out the best in us. So keep your eye on the prize of what it is that you're looking to achieve and how that aligns to your bigger picture of freedom, money, the lifestyle you want, being, a great example for your family, providing whatever it is for you. Keep your eye on the prize each and every day. Trust me, it makes a huge difference. Consistency and discipline trumps all. Keep your eye on the prize and keep your head in the game. Step number 3, we want to be blocking out. This is a huge game changer that I do for productivity, not only in sales, but also in getting other stuff done. We want to block out 1-hour times in our calendar, and you can have an alarm on your calendar or like little alarms on your phone and notifications that go off on your laptop, right? And what these are check-ins every single hour based on goals and targets that you have, or it could be a reminder of your why or the things that are important to you. So we could do 1 hour check-ins or check-ins every like 2 to 3 hours, where you check in, how many dials have I done? How many sales conversations have I had? Am I actually on track to the target that I had for that day? Or you might review your goals or your targets every single morning or when the day finishes as a salesperson, and review your day and go, am I on track for the weekly target based on your daily target that you have, based on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Am I on track for the weekly goal? Am I on track for the monthly goal? Am I on track for the quarterly goal? Am I on track for the yearly goal? So the key here, guys, is what gets measured gets done. And when we can measure this as much as possible, keep ourselves accountable, and potentially with someone else in the closer zone, or if you're in a certain sales organization closing, you keep each other accountable to the numbers that you're doing for the day, which normally the business owner or CEO will be doing because they want you to be making money for their business, and they'll be tracking and measuring all of your numbers. But personally, for yourself, as a high performer, we want to make sure that you're actually tracking and measuring, and have a system in place where you have alarms on your phone and notifications that remind you of your targets, your why, your goals, your traits, and check-ins that keep yourself accountable during the day to make sure you're on track, that motivate you to move towards like a 1 hour target or 2 hour target, right? So you might have a target that every day when you start at 8 or 9, that before lunch, you're going to have like 40 sales conversations, and you're not going to stop and you're not going to have your lunch until you have those 40, until you do those 40 dials, right? So gamify it, make it fun, and work really hard. And then as a reward, you might provide yourself with lunch. And if you don't hit the target, then you work all the way to 3 o'clock, and then you finally have lunch because you get the target done. And it creates that motivation and drive to hit an outcome, but then reward yourself for doing it. So these are some of the things that I've done over the years to make it fun, along with incentives as well, and rewarding yourself for the actions that you're doing. So that's step number 3. Number 4 is win the morning, win the day. It's all about how we set up our morning and day. And already by now, you guys have had meditations, visualizations, rituals, and podcasts and habits and gym routines and nutrition that are going to get you pumped and amped for the day. Before we actually make a sales conversation, we want to make sure that we're in the right state of mind. Our physiology is on point. Our focus is in the right area, and our language going into the day is like, we're going to have an amazing day. I'm ready to absolutely crush this, so that you're in the right state of mind. Because the key here is that every person that you talk to is just a direct reflection of yourself and a mirror of yourself. So if you're not in a peak performance mindset and the right state of mind to close the deal, or you're a little bit scattered, or you've got external things going on in your personal life, we need to put all of that stuff to the side. The best closers that I know have the ability to be present with each and every person they talk to, actively listen, and no matter what is going on in their life, they're able to put that to the side and focus on the goal, on the target, on the task at hand, and not allow emotion outside of work or outside of closing or whatever's going on get in the way, because you have one mission, one target, one goal, and that's to become a 6-figure closer. And that's why these routines and rituals are absolutely mandatory, that we're doing these every single morning, because I've done it myself before. When I haven't done these things, I'm sloppy for the day. I drop sales. I don't make as much money as I should be doing. And these things are costly when you're trying to, make every inch in business and closing and sales. And ultimately, that one opportunity or 2 opportunities that you have every single week, they could be the only ones that you get, right? If you only do 2 pitches for the week. And if you're not on your A game and you're not bringing your best, the best version of yourself each and every day when you approach these calls, and putting your best foot forward and giving all of yourself to that person, no matter if you're energetic, no matter if you're tired, no matter what's going on in your life, then you're doing this person a disservice. But not only that, you're doing yourself and your family a disservice, because you're not operating at your best. So it is your duty to be successful as a six-figure closer, and make sure you're getting yourself in the zone each and every day, clearing out distractions, having the right environment, getting yourself in the right focus and intention and mindset each and every morning, so that you're conducting yourself professionally and you're optimizing your effectiveness day in, day out, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. This is the difference between the movers and shakers. The people that actually do big things in this world are the people who are effective, the people who are productive. It's one of the habits of high performance, is people who can get in the zone and in a state of absolute flow, which is where the fun is, guys, because you're going to be in a state of flow where you're enjoying the calls and you're in the zone. And when you're not in that zone, when you're not in flow, where you're just so channeled into what you're doing and your work for the day and you're loving what you're doing, then the day goes really slow and it's probably not the thing for you, right? When you're doing that, when you're just, just slowly going through the day, but you're not in it, you're not in the zone, you're not, focused, your eyes on the prize and what you want, and then you switch off, when work's done, and do your other values and the things that you want. But when you're closing, when you're in the zone, when you've scheduled the time aside where you're closing, you're doing dials, you're making calls, you're on, you bring in your A game. Otherwise, you may as well not be on the phone. You're just wasting time, because you're going to burn leads, you're going to burn people, because you're not bringing your A game, you're not bringing your level 10 best, and your conversion rate's not going to be at the highest level. And you're going to waste time when you could just work really hard for like a 4-hour period to 8-hour period every single day, and then have the rest of the time to do everything else. So make sure you switch on, get yourself in the game, get yourself in the zone, and stay sharp each and every day. Awesome, guys. I trust this was a valuable one.